The woman I met for this interview has devoted the last decade of her life helping low-income Indonesian women receive professional care during and after childbirth. Maternal, stoic, and altruistic, Ibu Robin Lim manifests these rare as diamonds qualities to the finest degree. She was recognised for her midwifery work at Healthy Mother Earth Foundation in Bali, Indonesia, when she won CNN's 2011 Hero of the Year award. She is a woman so humble that when she was being recognised for her honourable humanitarian work 2 years ago in Los Angeles, she cried during her acceptance speech. This August, I met with Robin for the second time at the Philippine International Convention Centre in Manila, having met her in Bali last year, each time at the University Scholars Leadership Symposium, a program run by Humanitarian Affairs to be held for the 5th time in Taipei in August 2014. Unfortunately, the interview prematurely ended when my camera's battery went flat, but I was able to ask Robin 4 questions. And if anyone is wondering what the Ibu at the front of her name is, it means mother. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Robin Lim, and I'm a grandmother, I'm a mom, and I'm a midwife. And I practice midwifery in Indonesia, where the leading cause of death is hemorrhage after childbirth. So I'm part of a really beautiful big project called Bumi Sehat, and we have a childbirth center and community health clinic in Bali, and we have also a community health clinic and childbirth center in Aceh in the tsunami zone.
What practices distinguish your clinics from the mainstream deliveries of babies?
Well, what we're famous for is super gentle birth. For example, we never separate the mother and the baby. We really give a lot of love and kindness to the moms. We give them prenatal care, not prenatal scare. And also, when the babies are born, they go right up on the mom, and we don't cut their umbilical cords. We just leave them intact, so the babies get all of their blood supply and their stem cells. Then when the placenta is born, it goes in a bowl beside the mother, and the mother just breastfeeds the baby. And the family can choose. Usually we wait about 3 hours before we clamp and cut the cord, and usually it's even longer. For example, if families want to have a lotus birth and take their baby home with their placenta still connected, that's fine with us. So we really try to advocate for the most gentle model of childbirth that is part of evidence-based medicine, because we know that when a child's experiencing some trauma at the time of birth, that birth trauma can really haunt them for the rest of their lives, although people are 100% healable. So even if you've experienced birth trauma, you can still get better. It can get better with love. But we'd like to start all our babies out with the best chance they can have to have an optimal life. And that's really gentle birth, no separation from mother, no separation from placenta, and breastfeeding, of course.
Now, all of these things sound to me like plain common sense. Why do you think the mainstream systems don't have this common sense approach?
Well, the Balinese people say that it's because we're in the age of ignorance, we're in Kali Yuga, and that a lot of common sense is lost in Kali Yuga, and there's a big disconnect. But think about it. My generation, all of us got our cords clamped and cut immediately and separated. And then there was that whole movement to bottle feed, because the corporations figured out that they couldn't make any money off breastfeeding. So they started this thing of infant formula and selling people milk. Right now there's a crisis going on, if you look on the news, with milk from New Zealand that is causing all kinds of problems, including deaths of children. But you know, the thing is nobody should be drinking a cow's milk. Babies should be drinking their mother's milk.
Yeah.
It's World Breastfeeding Week right now. And we're mammals because we have the superpower of being able to breastfeed our children. And the superpower that men have is through their love and support, they can help their partners to breastfeed.
What advice would you give to first-time mothers and fathers in raising their newborn baby?
I would say to new mothers and fathers to love each other, give each other as much love and support as you can, because that really goes into the baby. You know, my husband sang to my belly every night when I was pregnant with my youngest son, and he has music like a superpower. He has perfect pitch, and he's so happy with his music. And we know that I know that my husband gave it to him when I was pregnant. So love each other, care for each other, nourish each other. It's the man's job to really feed his wife, and that means good nutritious food, that means plenty of good water and hydrate her, and also give her love, because love is the magical nutrient that makes it all work. And then really love and enjoy your baby and use your common sense. I mean, we're mammals, so support of breastfeeding. Go for the most gentle birth possible. If things go wrong and you end up with a birth that isn't your dream, okay, at least you tried. It's still a heroic journey, and every birth, I don't care if it happens at home or in a hospital by cesarean, is still a miracle. So just know that when you are pregnant and expecting a baby, and when you are in that process of childbirth and postpartum and breastfeeding, both the mother and the father are in a miraculous process. So embrace the miracle and love each other.
Now, you're a proud mother of 8 children.
I am.
What do you see they have because of the way that you raised them that other children may not?
I see they have many things. One of them is they have each other. They love each other so much. And sometimes one of them goes through a hard patch. But you know what? They help each other get through. And I think that basic foundation of gentle birth and breastfeeding that they each had, they really are able to function as people with an intact capacity to love and trust. So no matter how far-flung things get, no matter how hard your life can be, you can always go back to that center of love and trust. And for me, my children, I admire them. They're my best friends. They're my biggest advocates. They support me and love my work. They respect me. And I'm so happy that I was privileged and honored to be their mom. And my grandchildren are even more astonishing. So I'm honored because my daughter-in-law and my daughter chose me to be their midwives. So I was the one to welcome my grandchildren, all 3 of them, into the world.